Good afternoon, Anna. Now, police are saying a driver came down George Street here around 60 to 70 miles per hour. It makes it a little shocking because the police station is about 150 yards down the road. This is just outside the Biblical House of God. Here's what's left of a telephone pole. Just a stump in the road. You got wood chips, sawdust, and the destruction doesn't end there. Parts of the car lying in this sidewalk. As you can see, it gets worse because now you got this brick wall. It's gone, just leaving nothing besides just chunks of rubble lying here in the sidewalk and the street. That's what's left of there. So just how high is 14 feet? Let's take a look. And that's the height of 14 feet, courtesy of my photographer, Alan. And that's the height that when the deck fell through, many victims fell, causing them injuries. Well, let's pull over. Usually when you see a cop pull up the window, it's not something you want to see, but with tickets like this, you might actually want to start having the cops pull you over. That is correct, Leland. Ages 5 to 94 now. It was only a third of the deck. It was a 12 by 12 section, and it was about a 14-foot fall, so that's what caused some of the injuries there. Now, obviously, I'm not underground in the pipes, but you'll get the demonstration. Brian Lucas tells us the chemical is added to the water to help get the dirt out of the pipes to take the water from the treatment facilities. Cell phones are part of our everyday lives anymore. They allow us to... Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, it's FaceTime. I need to take this. Hey, what's up? What's up? Well, cell phones are one of the biggest distractions in crashes involving teens. The seats here at Granger Stadium, they might be empty right now. But just in a short period of time, fans might be filing back into the seats and watching some baseball at historic Granger Stadium.
He was first on the scene this morning. Chris, what can you tell us about the investigation?
Well, good afternoon, Anna. You said it right there. We were first on the scene. Let's take a look at there. They're still investigating now. They set up the crime team's tape just as we got here. Now it's around 8:30 this morning. You can still see investigators. They've really been looking at those train cars down there. They've also looked in the woods a little bit, but the search is really focused on those two train cars. There's the one that's got like a rust orange and a black. We're continuing to learn more information about the man who opened fire in a movie theater. Police continue to look for a motive. And a man is killed early Saturday morning when he's struck by an SUV when trying to cross a busy road. A Greenville woman is behind bars in another state this morning. We'll tell you why. Good morning, Eastern Carolina. It's Sunday, July 26th. Thanks so much for waking up with us. I'm Chris Hoffman. With it being your Sunday, we had a beautiful sunrise this morning. I even tweeted a picture about it. So we're going to send it right over to Storm Track 12 meteorologist Mallory LaPella to see if the rest of the day will be just as beautiful as this morning. An update on a story we're following in Lenoir County. More arrests are made in the murder of a former high school teacher in Kinston shot in the head during a home invasion. Now 6 people are facing charges. News Channel 12's Brianna Harper has the latest on the investigation. A local lawmaker is calling for action following the deadly movie theater shooting. Pitt County Commissioner Glenn Webb is pushing for guns to be allowed in county buildings and on county property. Thursday night, Webb posted on Facebook that he plans to ask the board at its next meeting to repeal law enforcement ordinances 4 and 5. Those ordinances prohibit the carrying of weapons in and on county property. He says the shootings in Louisiana and those at a Charleston church last month mean it's time for a change. The Coast Guard is expecting high boating traffic during both the day and night this holiday weekend. If you choose to boat at night, Coast Guard officials recommend making sure all navigation lights are working properly before leaving the dock. Those lights must be used between sunset and sunrise. The Coast Guard will also be looking for boaters driving under the influence. We're told there'll be zero tolerance for anyone operating a boat with a blood alcohol content over the legal limit. Definitely a great day to get outside. Beautiful weather, Mallory. I mean, A+ again. Good
Thanks.
job. Good forecast. We like it. And with it being your Sunday, we know you want to get out there and enjoy that weather. So Storm Track 12 meteorologist Mallory LaPella is hard at work trying to get that sun to come up and get some of those clouds out of there. Highway 17 sees plenty of traffic.
Just had to be passing going home.
But it's usually cars.
Hey, out here in the middle of the road.
I hadn't seen very many around here. I ain't seen one that big around here in a long time.
In the road, a gator.
You see them on the river all the time, but so we ran out here to see if it was true.
And a pretty big one.
Godzilla, man, jeez. I'm pretty sure he'll eat one of my dogs.
Exactly how big, is anyone's guess.
7, 7.5, 8, somewhere along there.
Yeah, about 8, 9.
And a gator in the row draws quite the crowd.
I heard it on the radio and just came down here.
They don't have a code for that, right?
Nah.
If they do, I don't know the code.
More and more people showed up to watch the gator. And in the day of social media, an alligator on the road even shows up on news feeds.
Yeah, somebody was talking about there's an alligator at the county line. I was like, yeah, well, I know where that's at.
Contact.
Then the first wildlife control officer arrives to assess the situation.
When I got out of the vehicle, I was just checking out the situation to see what status the alligator was in and make sure it wasn't in any kind of distress or injured at that point.
Then a game plan is made on how to handle the gator.
Talked to my immediate supervisor, the sergeant over the county, and he's coming out here and we're just going to try to move the alligator in the best way possible.
With a second wildlife officer on the scene, it's time to get to work.
I like to tire them out for a little bit, and they don't really have much endurance.
It's all handled cautiously so neither human nor gator gets hurt.
We don't pick them up and move them great distances. We just want to remove them from the threat right here.
A truck ride for this gator to a safer home. Reporting in Jones County, Chris Hoffman for News Channel 12. Sunday might be Mother's Day, but some people aren't so happy with Mother Nature, who brought in Tropical Storm Anna. I spoke with a couple of fishermen who said the water levels were up to these beams last night, with some waves crashing onto the pier.
Call it a good shark, 50+ inches.
Raymond Marshburn says Tropical Depression Anna made for an interesting night of fishing in North Topsail Beach.
Yeah, we did good. We did good for what happened last night. Yeah. I'm happy about it. Yeah.
The seas beneath the pier were rough Sunday, but not as bad as Saturday night.
Yeah, waves probably looking like, 2 to 3 feet. But last night they were probably good 15 feet when they were coming up to this pier.
As Anna continues to head our way, officials are encouraging the public to take precautions.
Stay inside, stay out of the water, and prepare for the possibility of still some loss of utility.
Assistant Town Manager Karen Faulkner says as new alerts come, North Topsail residents will be notified.
I'd be definitely updating my property owners through our reverse 911 system and posting on our social sites. If I see anything that is hazardous, we're just, hanging in there, and I think we're going to be okay.
City officials do tell me that emergency crews will be out and ready when needed. Reporting in Onslow County, Chris Hoffman for News Channel 12.
He joins us now live from the crash scene in New Bern. Chris?
Oh, good evening, Wes. Now, the scene here at the Biblical House of God on George Street has improved quite some time. You can see the bricks have really been cleaned up in that parking lot. They went all the way from that corner there. As our cameraman takes a look at that, all the way to the window, you can see basically across that parking lot. A member of the parish and the pastor were both out all day cleaning this up, and they tell us it was quite the scene this morning.
I was here about 2 seconds after it happened. I heard it. I felt it.
When Howard Nelson fell, a boom and crash, leaving a path of destruction.
You're not seeing the telephone pole they went through first.
What telephone pole?
Yeah, that's sort of the question I asked. What telephone pole?
Then, as the sun rises, it brings the wreck scene to light.
But I do thank God that everybody, as far as we know, is okay.
New Bern police say around 2:30 Thursday morning, a driver hit the curve on George Street, driving speeds of 60 to 70 miles per hour. The car crashed, causing $75,000 to $80,000 in damage, but it could have been more if not for the wall.
If that wall had not stopped the speed and cut them off, it would have been in our choir stand and in the pulpit.
The church pastor says someone from above was watching out for them.
Even though it don't look like it, but it worked together for our good.
As the sun beats down on the parking lot of the Biblical House of God, the cleanup begins.
So I'm not mad. You know, I'm not mad at all. I'm thankful. I am very thankful that God put a shield of protection.
Now, at this time, the driver of that car is still out there, and the police have not found that person yet. They are still looking for them at this time. They say they have arrested the passenger, Amanda Erickson of New Bern, for obstruction to an investigation. Police say if you have any information on the driver or anything that involves this crash, to give them please give them a call. Reporting live in Craven County, Chris Hoffman for News Channel 12. Well, let's pull over. Usually when you see a cop pull up the window, it's not something you want to see, but with tickets like this, you might actually want to start having the cops pull you over.
Can I talk to you briefly?
Many drivers have been there.
I'm asking you to turn around, and we're going to pull back into here so I can talk to you, okay? All right, thank you.
That moment of dread, blue lights in the rear view, and an officer coming to your car window. And then...
a card. And this is basically a card letting you know that you have been caught doing what you should have been doing the right things. You are now entitled to take this, and you can redeem this coupon at Sup Dogs here in Greenville for a free hot dog.
Wonderful, thank you.
Wait. What? These drivers won't be showing up in court. They're getting rewarded by Greenville police for obeying the law. It's part of a campaign through the Department of Transportation called Watch for Me and See. It's all about positive reinforcement.
Makes you feel a lot better than, I've never had a speeding ticket, so I definitely don't want a ticket of any kind, so I'd rather get this than a speeding ticket.
So we partnered with a couple of uptown businesses, specifically Sup Dogs and the Scullery, and we have created what we are calling a good ticket.
Greenville police tell us each year nearly 2,400 pedestrians and almost 1,000 bicyclists are hit by vehicles in North Carolina. They hope these good tickets...
You guys properly stopped for the pedestrian that was waiting across the road. That's exactly what you all should have done, and I appreciate it.
Reinforce good driving, pedestrian, and biking behaviors, especially as ECU students prepare to return to class.
It's real good. I mean, there's a lot of college kids in this college town, and I feel like this should definitely be a good thing. I mean, this is awesome.
Reporting from Greenville with my good driving ticket in hand.
Oh, free ice cream, all right.
Chris Hoffman for News Channel 12.